forward to all the sports that is happening, as you mentioned. So much going on. And yeah, track and field is in the award season now, so it's more about the awards and all of that. But cricket, lovely cricket. It's all
Yeah,
over the
that's
place. Every continent you can think of, cricket is going on right now, which
yeah,
is
and it
awesome.
is. It is, and you'd think that the World Cup is over and the two finalists would have taken a break, but they're back at it,
I
like to
noticed
find a way.
I guess it's going to be a revenge series because
Yeah,
I spoke to a couple of people who have not recovered from India losing yet. So
yeah,
they have not recovered. So it's going to be interesting to see how this T20 goes off with these two countries.
yeah. I stopped by to get some gas, and one of the guys that I worked there, I said to him, India had the bad game the wrong time, and he just shook his head and said a bunch of jokers.
Yeah,
So
buddy
he
of mine
wasn't
was saying
happy.
he stayed up all night and he can't believe he stayed up all night to watch them lose. so,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's tough on
it's
them. Tough
it's
on them.
tough for sure on them, and a lot happening around the sports world, as we said.
Oh, always.
Even off-field stuff in other sports are interesting because in track and field, I just saw a news item. Oscar Pistorius is getting
Yeah, he's got parole.
got parole, right?
It's a contentious issue in my mind, but
Uh,
yeah, he's gonna be off as of
on
January.
yes, as of January 5th,
Yeah, fifth.
and
Yeah,
he
January
said
5th.
he'll be continuously monitored and for the next 5 years. But I
He'll
don't
be
think too
out.
many people are happy with that.
Yeah, he's. I don't know. I've never bought his excuse. That's just me looking from
I
20,
never
20
did.
million miles away, but I never bought his excuse. So I don't know. I'm not so comfortable with this decision, but it's just a system, and sometimes you just have to roll with the system. But a little disappointed that it ended up this way, but yeah,
Yeah, so life in South Africa is different to life in other countries, I guess, because
for
I thought,
sure, for
you
sure.
know, he
Yeah,
only what, 10 years. He's out in the
yeah,
11th year, and then
yeah.
another 5 years. But
Monitoring, yeah. Because
monitoring
I think initially he only got 13 anyway, which was
13.
below what
Okay,
it should have been, and then now he's out after 10 going to 11. So
yeah,
he's yeah, as I said, I still have it's still not sitting too well with me. But as I said, life in South Africa rules different. I mean, economy different, so they react differently to things, and this is just their way.
yeah. It's just their way, and I'm sure a lot of people have a lot to say about it, and yeah,
Yes, yes. Let's see if the comments start coming out. I haven't checked the comments as yet, but I saw the headlines for sure.
yeah. I haven't seen a lot of comments yet either myself, but yeah, we'll keep monitoring that, Roger, and over on the Grand Prix. Well, actually, one more thing I wanted to talk about off field before we get into those things, and that's about Angel Reese, the LSU basketball star. And she hasn't been playing for the team for a while. She didn't travel with them to Cayman Islands, and some
Yeah.
are suggesting that her GPA is so low that they kicked her off the team, but the coach isn't saying anything.
Well, it's personal stuff, so I don't think the coach is going to want to say much. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's a rumor that she's not doing well, where
yeah,
she
but
needs to be doing well.
she's saying herself that people should not always listen, believe what they read or they hear, and
True, and I agree 110% because I will admit, being around a lot of these sports people, that a lot of the rumors are not even close to being true. Not
yeah,
even close. Some are, some are though. This one I'm not so sure.
yeah. But good thing for her though, she's going on with life, and she did something really well yesterday because she went out and she helped feed the homeless on Thanksgiving
Yeah,
Day, and
yeah,
this
yeah.
on this Thursday, past Thursday.
There's
So
yeah. She's
she's
doing what's good. I think. I don't know. I think
yeah,
she's good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her her
yeah.
education things, but she's a good kid.
She is, and yeah, she's been averaging 17.2 at the start of the season with 10.3 rebounds, and not to have her LSU not doing as great, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll
It's a big
see.
difference.
Yeah,
You can't give up all those points. A
yeah.
lot of points to give up. So no, she's an integral part of their success. So she will definitely be missed.
Some
A little
people,
drastic. A little. I don't know. Let's see how if it's true or not.
yeah, some people are saying they're just trying, telling her that she's too hood, she's too ghetto, she's too this, or where she's come
Yeah,
from. But
yeah.
she said she's just being real. So
She just being herself. She just
yeah,
being
she's just being
herself.
herself.
With the
And
whole education thing, I mean, they've always had these things to say about these stars. I remember when Georgetown was doing well, and they said the same
Hmm.
thing about Patrick Ewing and
Exactly.
stuff like that, and about Shaq. And so yeah, there's always these talks about they go through school without going to school,
Yeah.
but they still allow them to play. So I don't know. Maybe things have changed. I don't know, but I agree that if you're in school, you should be a student as well.
Yeah, you should be. So I'll keep an eye on that story and see when she comes back. And if she comes back this season, we'll keep an eye and see what
Hopefully
happens.
she does. Hopefully she
Hopefully.
does. Exciting to watch. So
Yeah.
hopefully she does.
Yeah, hopefully she does. So you're listening to Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio, the England Roger Sports Hour, and what's happening in Abu Dhabi, Roger? Hamilton is did not pass this. They make the second round of qualifying.
I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, Abu Dhabi is this Sunday. The big, big,
Hmm.
big number 19 for Max Verstappen. I'm predicting because I can
Yeah.
predict these things these days. But yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. I think when Lewis Hamilton is coming out to say he's worried that it's a scramble to qualify in the top 10. I mean, what is going on?
Hmm. Yeah, he's.
Something's not right over there.
He said something's not right with his car.
Oh
He
yeah,
said,
yeah.
yeah, he said just something's just not right, and
It's off. It's
it is
off.
definitely off. And as you said, as usual, it's no surprises at the top right now for
Yeah,
pole. Verstappen is leading.
yeah, yeah.
Leclerc is behind him.
Uh,
Piastri, George Russell is doing well in his car, though.
He is. His car seems to be working fine.
Yeah,
I know they said Lewis had given some rookie's car to feel something like that. So I
I
don't
think in
know.
the
Yes,
first
the
training
first.
runs, yeah, it was
Yes,
somebody else driving his
it
car.
was the rookie. Some
Yeah,
rookie. Yeah, so it wasn't. But I mean, I don't know if that's a problem, but something is off.
yeah, something is definitely off. And yeah, he finished 11th in the second
Yeah.
qualifying, so he's out. And yeah, Verstappen is still leading there. And Hamilton actually was in some off course spat this week where he said that because I think the Red Bull said his team
Approach them.
approached them, and he said
Yeah.
nothing like that happened. They
Yeah.
approached him. Then
He
he
said
said,
he said the guy's lonely.
"Yeah," and he said, "You know what? Found my old cell phone. I opened it up, and all these messages came through about getting together and stuff. We want to get
Yeah.
together."
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't think he approached them. I
I
believe him
don't
on
think
this one.
so.
As I said, a lot of the rumors you just don't know, but I believe him on this one.
Mm,
Um, I think he was holding out because he wanted to get the best deal possible for Mercedes. He's a Mercedes guy through and through, and they've looked after him really well. So, um, and I don't know if he wants to go drive with Verstappen because how is that could be a
how is that
problem
gonna
too.
be?
So, I think he's right on this one. They approached him, and yeah, he just as he's doing now, he's laughing it off. He's not going there.
Yeah, he's not, and yeah, I don't think he even worries about that. And he actually said he would be happy to race Verstappen if they had equal cars.
Ours, he would kill him.
Yeah,
Trust me on that one. He would
yeah,
destroy him, in my opinion, if he had a car as good as his.
yeah. So,
But
well, it's not, and we'll see how he probably is going to start in 11th position tomorrow,
tomorrow, yeah,
and
yeah.
he'll
I'm not
fight
so
his
worried about
way up.
where he's starting. I think he's still going to end up top three, top four,
He's
wherever he
going to end up,
starts,
yeah,
unless something happens. But I think he'll be there.
he should be there. In some tennis news,
Exciting, exciting tennis
a
these
lot of
days,
tennis
man.
players, yeah. Australia, but the first thing that we talk about is the Australia beats Finland to get through to the
The
second straight Davis Cup.
finals, yeah, they're in the Davis
Yeah,
Cup
finals
finals, and it's like wow. But there's a big game going on right now to see who's going to join them there between Serbia and Italy.
and Italy, yeah. And
Yeah.
Djokovic wasn't too happy because just before his match, he was called for drug testing. He's not happy at
uh,
all.
these drug testers are something else, but
Yeah,
you can't argue because everyone is going to say they're doing their jobs.
yeah, that's what they're gonna
So
say.
what can you say? But I mean, Djokovic is on a roll. So
Hmm.
we talked a bit about it last week when he was playing Alcaraz. He beat Alcaraz and he beat
He
Sinner in
did.
the finals. So seven titles at the ATP Championship. So he's on a roll, number one in the world and
Hmm.
everything. And now he says he wants the Davis Cup. So we're looking to see him come here and do well. But when they beat England, the British fans were making a lot of noise,
Yeah,
and he told them to shut up. He's like, "Shut
yeah,
up!"
yes. He said, "Have some respect." You
So
know,
he's not afraid to say how he feels and take on
yeah.
the crowds. Of course, he's probably enemy number one over there in England. but yeah, he's playing right now.
Hmm.
Sinner actually took the first game. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure if he's going to be able to hold on to it, but he did take the first game, and but Serbia did win the first match.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, so they were up. Manovic defeated City 2 sets to 1, six
Hmm.
two, 6-1, 7-6, and Sinner, as I said, won the first one 6-2 over Dorkovic, but now Dorkovic is leading 4-1 in the second set.
Okay.
So
So,
I think Dorkovic is going to beat him, and Serbia is going to go through to meet Australia. That's my guess right now. That's my big guess right now.
so
But
it should be. It would be great if they do. I'm sure.
yeah, and I mean, getting there, I mean, it's hard to bet against Djokovic no matter what, but you
Yeah,
never know. I mean, Australia, as they've proven in other sports, they can win when they're in a final, so you got to look out for that. But if Serbia gets there,
they will.
um, they have an excellent chance to take the title and give Djokovic what he wants, the
Yeah,
Davis Cup.
I think so. I think I totally agree with you. And he wants it. He's gonna play hard to make
Hard
sure
for
he
it,
gets it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I think is gonna beat Sinner. I mean, he's down. I said to nothing right now, but he's gonna win this one. He's up
I
four
do
one.
think for yeah in the second. Yeah, so
So yeah.
he's doing well.
He's
Um,
doing his usual Djokovic. Finds a way to
yeah,
win.
find
So
a way to win. Yeah, we
yeah,
will. We'll give you a score before. We'll sure we'll have a score
sure.
before we
We
get
should
off
have the
here. So
final score. Yeah,
yeah,
before
yeah.
11.
Some golf news and the LPGA. They must be smiling because they're now getting more money. They
Ah,
announced the 24th season, and it's 116.5 million in total person increase of 15.2 million dollars. So
that's a good increase.
it's a
That's a
good
nice
increase.
fat increase. That's good to hear.
They're getting there, but still not. Some of the women
Yeah,
are still not, but it's good.
it's always a discussion about should it be equal or not. But I mean, in terms of who generates what. But at the end of the day, it's good that they're getting a lot more, and eventually, at some point, they should have equal marketing, equal everything, and equal pay.
Yeah, they should. They definitely should do that. And I know that there are a lot of women out there who will fight for it, and
Yes, they'll get it. Eventually, they'll get
eventually,
there, step
in
by step.
all the other sports are doing it. So eventually, they
Yeah,
will.
some faster than some. So, but
Yes.
everybody's getting there.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting there. But also in golf, there, I saw Mr. Tiger Woods said he's set to return to the PGA. He's gonna
Next
go to the
week, I bet.
Bahamas, and yeah, the Hero World Challenge in Bahamas. So let's see how he does after this recent break, because he's had quite a few breaks over the last few years, and always
Hmm.
coming back, but never reaching where he was before. So let's see if he's how competitive he's gonna be when he gets back.
Yeah, it's actually his tournament, so he's
Yeah,
playing in it. Yeah, and
yeah,
bit of bad news for him and Rory though. They had a setback with
I
their
know.
some 2025 because the roof went
That's weird though. They
and
said that a power outage on the roof, the air supported dome roof at the
yeah,
Sofa Center in the Palm Beach Gardens there was it just collapsed. So they
yeah,
were supposed to start off their new tournament on the TGL in January,
yeah. It was supposed
and
to be January. Yeah,
yeah, it's not gonna happen now. So it's gonna be delayed for a while because they're gonna have to fix all of this. So I mean, they have a lot of money, so it's not a problem for them to find the money to fix it. But I mean, this is a huge blow to their plans to get this thing off the ground.
it is a huge blow for sure, and but we'll see. And there's also rumors starting to go around again that John Ram may be talking to the Live Golf. But they're, apparently they're far apart on numbers.
Yeah, well, which is strange because those live guys were given any number you want.
There were, yeah.
So
So the,
what is he asking for? It's
it,
a question.
it's a question, yeah, for sure. It's probably something that they can't pay
They
on.
can't- if those guys can't pay it, it's huge.
It's got to be huge. And yeah, it's just maybe it's just rumors because they said
Yeah,
they yeah. So we'll
yeah. I
see
don't.
if he actually jumps ship, but I don't think so. I don't think he will.
Yeah, I doubt it too myself.
No.
I doubt it.
Okay, Roger, if there's nothing else we want to talk
Yeah,
about.
just one before we go because
Hmm.
I made a wrong pick last week, and I seem to have
Which
made
one is
quite
that?
quite a few wrong picks last week. But the Grey Cup.
Oh, the Grey Cup. Yes, we can't forget that.
so, so Montreal and Winnipeg over there in Hamilton. I said Winnipeg has defense, offense, coach, and everything that you need, and they should win. But Montreal is just on this roll, as you said last week. It's destiny for them, and yeah, it is destiny. They
It
had that
was,
final drive and came back to defeat Winnipeg 28-24 in the Grey Cup. So Montreal Alouettes are Grey Cup champions. So kudos to them. Congratulations to the Quebecers.
yeah, they were on the way to. Winnipeg looked like they were on the way to win,
Yeah,
and then
that's what I
Montreal
thought
just came
too.
back. Yeah,
I thought too.
I couldn't believe the comeback because I actually
Yeah,
stopped watching for a while, but
I
when I
did.
went back, I just had to stick with it because it looked interesting.
And yeah, they were coming
Yeah.
back. But yeah, I thought they had it in the bag. Usually, as I said, usually Winnipeg, when they get on this roll, they're difficult to beat. So I was really confident that they would take it. And to
But,
me, they're still a better team, but it's not always the so-called better team that wins. It's a team that wants it more on the day.
yes, it is for sure.
And Montreal definitely wanted this thing. You
They
can see
did.
that.
They did. They were the only team they beat Argos a week before.
Yeah, yeah.
Beat them in the season, and they had something to prove. And it was,
They did. They did. Although
yeah,
one of the players did come out and complain that they didn't get enough media and the media didn't want them there and all sort of things. So I don't know if maybe he was just too happy after he won. I thought it was a little unnecessary. He already won the title, but yeah, I I'm not sure if I buy into this conspiracy thing that well, there's always a talk that media wants certain cities in the finals.
hmm,
But Montreal is a big name city, so I'm not sure where that is coming from.
yeah. It's they won. They should just say. But sometimes they just say it's in the heat of winning. They just say
Yeah, yeah,
things. But
correct,
yeah,
correct.
but they had their parade. They enjoyed it.
Of
They've enjoyed
course,
the win,
they
and
deserve it.
they
A big
deserve it.
parade after that big victory. So
Yeah,
you know,
downtown Montreal, and the good thing is a lot of fans came out to support.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, they showed up.
but
And
it
as
showed.
well, you know what? As I said when they were playing the Argos, they're a strong team defensively, and they'll find a way to give you a hard time, and that's what they did. You're not gonna just come and run over them like nothing. You're gonna have to fight for every inch, and Toronto tried and couldn't make it, and now Winnipeg tried and couldn't do it either. So
Hmm.
kudos to them. A fantastic semifinal and finals for them.
Yeah, it's kudos to them, and we'll see how Grey Cup 2024 goes, and if Toronto can get there
Yeah, well, you know what? They won most of the awards for individual players,
individually.
so
Yeah.
yeah, they do have the players to do it. It's just a matter of, you can't keep outscoring people. I mean, yes, it works in the regular season, but in the playoffs, it's far more difficult to just get up and outscore. If that's the approach you take, you're going to run into problems, and I think that's what happened to them. They were not strong enough defensively, and somebody shut them down.
That's so true. And yeah, great. Good to see though that the Grey Cup got some recognition, a lot of recognition, actually, a lot of
Yeah.
viewers. It was sold out,
Yes, it
and
was. It was.
Hamilton, and it's good to see because we always hear about the Super Bowl and not much about this Grey Cup. Just
Great
get
cup.
buried, but
Yeah, I know, I know. They've done a good job getting the sport in the media now, marketing the sport and all of that. So it's coming up. I think some US players are coming over more and more. So it's probably going to get bigger and bigger, which is good to see. And it's not just certain places. If it's played in Winnipeg, it's always going to be sold out. Hamilton is usually a good place as well, but
hmm,
not all the other cities get these sold out. So it's hopeful that everywhere will get their sold out crowds going forward in 2024.
in 2024, yeah, it'll be great.
Oh
So
yeah.
you're listening to Love Bay Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, the England Rogers Sports Hour, and we're gonna now get some recap on the World Cup. So I can
Oh my.
say that's another one Roger called.
Uh, Wrong. Another one that I said was
No,
a banker. I had two bankers,
no,
Winnipeg and India, and they
yeah,
both
yeah,
lost.
yeah. If you had bet a couple $100 on Australia, you'd be smiling today.
I would be laughing. I would be
Yeah,
laughing, but
but
not today.
not today. So if you want to recap, talk a bit about that World Cup, and it was well. First of all, the World Cup. the attendance set an attendance record. Over
Record, yeah, yeah,
1.25 million people attended, went to
yeah,
the gates, but
yeah.
not surprising because India is what 1.3
Three
billion
billion people, yeah. So
people.
they had the population to do this.
The most TV audience views, not again, not surprising.
Surprising because yeah, who's in the finals too? You know, those are
India is
huge.
in the
Yeah,
finals.
yeah.
The finals at 120 plus thousand people,
People, yeah.
and
All disappointed.
disappointed because, as Australian captain said, it's good to hear the crowd go quiet. And it was interesting watching the finals, Roger. That the cameraman kept looking for some yellow, and it was so hard to find.
There's none. Very little.
Very little yellow in the crowd. It just I turned on the TV and I just blew all over and was thinking there are no Australian fans in here. So
They're there, but I mean, there's probably 5,000 of them, surrounded by 120,000 Indians.
of
So
the
yeah, it's
yeah,
you know, and it's probably a good showing in other places they would have seen them. But a stadium holding 130,000 people is a big stadium. You'd have to get up maybe 30,000, 40,000 Australians, and you're not going to find that. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to find them.
actually I was speaking to one of the cricket suppliers store here and he said the night he was about to pack up Saturday night to go home and he kept getting calls, don't close, I'm coming to, and he's pick up a jersey and he sold off all of his Indian team jerseys.
Oh my word!
Um, so he said he's got home much later than he expected
Check
to.
it. Yeah,
Yeah. And he just had to be, every time he attempted to leave the store, another customer would call. Actually, I was given a jersey to and told, wear this tomorrow.
Indian jersey.
Yeah, blue
Did,
jersey.
did you tell them that you're trained for Australia? You don't want it?
No, I took it politely, took it, but I didn't wear it.
Yeah, because it's not your team.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
trained for Australia.
I
And
know. I would have worn it because yeah, they were my team going in. But yeah, I think with that big crowd and everything, you'd have expected it brings pressure on the players, so they have to be mentally and physically prepared for that. But I thought they were
yeah, India looked good. If you look at the game a bit, India started well because I mean
decent.
they're decent. They lost
Yeah,
Shubman Gill, but then
yeah, yeah.
they lost Shubman Gill early at
Early.
34-1, but
Hmm.
Rohit looked good. He was blazing, had 47, but then he was out to a great catch.
Yes, he was.
And Virat,
Kohli.
he stuck around, and Karol Rahul as well. But, I think I still can't understand it why Surya Kumar, why he's not succeeding in ODI cricket because he's the king of T20,
T20s, yeah. I
but he's just not succeeding
can't
in
get it
this
up for the
format.
50s.
Yeah.
From I saw 241,
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? I think before the game, the Indian captain said he needed about 315. I felt
yeah,
it had to be 300 or more. Even if they're not 315, they needed to get over 300. So when it was so much less than 300, they were in deep trouble. Deep trouble.
yeah. Rohit did say that they would needed 315, but then the commentator started saying, "Listen, 280 will give them a competitive score."
Yeah.
But I did think, I actually they started. Their bowling was pretty good on target. I must say, not the whole bowling, but Shami was on target. He
Target. Yeah.
got wicket early,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then Bumrah came and got 2 wickets. So they were on target because I thought the wicket of Steve Smith, when I saw it to the naked eye, I thought Steve Smith should have asked for a review, but he didn't. And the replay showed that he was hit outside the off stump, so he
That
was
was
nearly.
outside. He gave up his
Yes.
wicket.
So I thought, okay, maybe this is for Australia to lose. But then Travis had played a gem of an innings,
Yeah.
137. And
Yeah.
Labuschagne supported him with 58. Like, the only thing that I was disappointed with is that Travis had got out with 2 runs to go. I was
Yeah, he
hoping
took
that
them
they
so far. I was like, why don't you just stick around? You don't even have time to stick around and take this home.
Yeah, I think with the adrenaline, he just
Yeah.
tried to finish off with a
Finish it off.
six. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
boundary.
Unnecessary. It was unnecessary,
It
in my
was
opinion.
unnecessary, yeah, but
You
he
already
tried.
had the win. You had everything. You just got to take them home. So
But
weird decision. But I mean, I can understand the adrenaline when you're in this situation. You've just won the World Cup for your country. So
yeah, maybe it's quite fitting though for Glenn Maxwell to come in and hit the 2 runs because
you're
I
on.
think without that innings that he played, They
I don't
would
know.
not have against Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yeah, they
They
wouldn't be
would they
here.
not have be there. Yeah. So
So I mean, some people are saying that Maxwell's innings is the best ever one day innings. I don't know what you think about that. That's what
I
it
mean,
was.
it's
As I
up
said,
there.
I
It's up
had to
there.
watch it over and over, so I watched it like two times. So yeah, I know it's something special,
It's
but
something special. I would before that I was thinking of Viv Richards' innings against
yeah,
England,
yeah,
but that one was really up there. I mean, I've never seen hitting like that. This
never,
guy's yeah,
ever on 1 foot half the time. So
yeah. It
I
shows
I was at a loss. I said, "Oh my God, is this for real?"
shows that the guy has some tremendous bat speed, power in his arms. I
And
mean,
yes, for
because he's
sure.
just using his arms and his wrists to hit the ball out
Yeah,
the ground.
he
And
did. He did. But yeah, I just say it's probably fitting for him to take it home. I mean, he is the reason why they're there, and Travis Head won the game, but I think he won the finals for Australia.
yeah, he did. And must say congratulations to Australia. 6 World Cups. It's not easy, Roger.
No,
Winning
it's a
6 World
lot.
Cups. It's a
It's a
lot.
lot. It's quite a
And
bit actually. I must
they
say
just know how to win championships.
they know. That's what I'm saying. When you get to the finals, they know what to do. So
For a team who we were counting off early because they lost two straight in the
I
beginning,
know they
but
started
then
off slowly.
slowly, but then they went eight, and India was the other way around, nine straight, and then lost to wrong one.
They lost the one that matters.
Yeah,
One that
so
matters. I don't even know what to say for India. I don't know what the team is going to look like in 4 years because I think a bunch of these guys that are there now probably won't be there in 4 years. So
that's true.
it's going
Yeah.
to be interesting to see if they're going to find a way to win. But I mean, Australia has proven 6 titles is a lot of titles.
It is a lot. Some follows from the World Cup too. We can talk about because Baba Azam he resigned as the Pakistan
Captain,
captain, and
yeah.
Bavuma getting a lot of black back home, but the teammates are standing behind him, and he
Hmm.
himself put out a statement, basically saying that he's not worried about all the chatter on social media because he's saying where were you when he played with broken fingers and fought
Yeah,
for his country and stuff. So
he does. He
yeah,
does. He does. He does. I mean,
yeah,
he deserves a break from these people.
yeah, he
For
does.
sure, for sure. He didn't perform, but he deserves
No,
a break from them.
he deserves a break. Yeah. So World Cup is history, and as we said, these two teams they went right back at it in the T20 format.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned to you before, what's just so special about Sky when it comes to 50 over T20 cricket? Because he just took him home more or less
Yes, he
in
did.
that first match. I thought the score was good. I thought Australia 208 was going to be challenging, but India they were at one point making it look very easy, but then after Sky got out, there was a bit of a struggle.
Struggle, yeah,
80.
yeah.
I mean, his 80 basically topped Josh English's 110 and 50 balls. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
you
true.
know, and the 58 by Ishan Kashan, you can't, that was good, 239 balls, but they got home with
Yeah,
just one ball to
one
spare.
ball to spare. You can't get more exciting than that.
Yeah, you can't. It was very good. And if you look at what may happen again in the game tomorrow, it looks like rain might happen.
The
Yeah.
weatherman is gonna win the day.
It looks like the weatherman is going to, yeah, it's the weather can have a say tomorrow's game. So,
That's interesting.
yeah, it'd be interesting if that happens. Yeah, as we said, we would like to see the cricket because we want to see what happens with India and
Hmm.
Australia. If India is going to just take revenge, but
I think
it
they
was
almost need to. I think their country expects them to. The
the
fans, at
country
least.
that
The
it's a
fans.
five match series, so quite a
Yes.
lot of cricket to be played, and
Yeah.
it's all in looking to get the teams ready for the upcoming World Cup in June. So teams are
Yeah.
looking for correct combinations.
Correct. Correct.
In other cricket news, Roger, we've got some. We can talk about West Indies. Some, I guess, some smiling faces in the Caribbean because the West Indies Academy came back and won the series of the Island Emerging Team after losing that first game. They came back and won the series 2-1.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the good comeback, I think, for the youngsters. I'm
Yes,
happy
it
to see
was. It
that.
was. It
Yeah,
was. It's
and
sometimes you watch these West Indian, the cricket teams play, and you're like, they're fighting spirit. They seem to have something going on at the lower levels coming up, but for some reason that we can't seem to find the right combination at the top level to do it. But it was good to see the academy come back and win.
yeah, good to see that, and good to see some good performances. Teddy Bishop,
Teddy Bishop
Nandu
and
played very
do
well. He had two
yes,
half centuries in that
yeah,
series,
yeah.
and he looked very good. And he's one to watch for the future. He's can't forget his Canadian background, so
I know.
Canada has helped helping the West Indies.
I know. Help him get to where he is and not
Yeah,
get
so
not have him.
yes, he chose to play with his parents, where his
Yeah,
parents' birth country. So that's
yeah.
many players do that in different forms of a game of
Uh,
sports
sports,
nowadays.
sure, a lot do it. It's a way to get to things you probably won't get to where you are.
Correct,
So,
exactly.
I mean, where he is now, he's probably going to be playing Test cricket faster than if he was here.
You stick around here, correct. But they're playing again today. They're playing a 4-day game,
Hmm.
um, and Ireland are batting first. They're 86 for two,
Okay,
and that game, it's good development for the youngsters to
it
see
is
that they
great.
can play. Because I do believe that they have to play all formats of the game to
True,
develop the cricket.
they should. They should. They
So,
definitely should.
so it's in good that West Indies, and kudos to West Indies for what they're doing, because they get a lot of flack for things that they all the time, but not a
It's
lot
true.
of praise for when they're doing good things. And
True.
to have three teams playing at the same time, you have the youngsters playing,
Yeah,
and
the
the
A
A
team.
team
Yeah,
won a nail biter in South Africa.
I saw that too. It's like, okay, the West Indies is nail biting in the academy game and in the A game.
In the A game. Yeah, they did that. And I think this guy Kevin, the
Kevin Sinclair.
Sinclair, Kevin Sinclair. I think he's
Yeah,
such a good player, and he's played a couple of matches for West Indies, but
he
never stayed on
has.
the team.
I
And
know.
just the other day, I said to some friends that I think he should be in the discussion over Chase for when it comes to one day, because he's. I looked at the stats after I said that, and he's
Yeah.
played 7 one-day matches with 11 wickets. Chase has played 42, 25 wickets. And don't
Wow.
get me wrong, I think Chase is a good player, but
I think he
Chase,
needs to be in the team.
he's lucky. he played, he started out as a batsman who
He
could
did.
bowl, but he
Yeah.
switched his role now.
He seems,
Um,
yeah, he's batting. He should bat like number seven, number eight as a bowler
yeah,
who can bat, which is
yeah,
just weird because I only
it's,
knew him as a batsman when he came out.
yeah, he played some great innings for West Indies against
It,
India, got a couple of hundreds,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden he changed. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Kevin Sinclair seems to be a rounded fellow. I mean, he made 80 here and he looked good. So he can
hmm
bat, and I think he's in general he's a bowler, but I think he's almost 50-50 where he can do both fairly well.
He can, and he actually did an interview where he said that he started out when he went on the 19 trials. He went as an opening bat,
There you
so
go.
he obviously,
Definitely can bat.
well, everybody in Guyana think they can bat, right?
They think, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So every bowler also says they're a batsman. So
Yeah,
not
yeah.
surprising that
Body
he would do
fancies
that.
himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
that was a really close one because I was following the game, and at one point I saw 171 for nine, and I said, I can't believe West Indies give up this game.
Came so close and no
Yeah,
cigar, but you know what?
they
That's what I said. They find a way to win it at these levels. They do.
they do find a way, and let's hope they can find a way to win against England next month.
Next month, yeah, yeah. But I
Mm.
mean, that's a senior team, and the senior team doesn't seem to find a way to do
They don't seem to find a way, but I'm gonna rally as usual and hope that they do. And
it. I really hope
uh,
so too.
so good to segue into that team, Roger. And I'm not sure if you've been following, but DJ Bravo is not happy. He was on a
I
lot
know.
of media outlets.
He's pissed off, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's saying it's about his brother not being selected, and he went
What is
as
the
far.
criteria for selection? What is the criteria for selection? He made the
But,
most runs. What's going on? He's mad.
but he's not saying Hayden Walsh should be selected. He had the most wickets,
I know.
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
what's the criteria? But I actually went back and looked at West Indies selection policy, and it said current form is one of the criteria.
it
So
is.
that must be thrown out the door. And I know they're saying that he is 34, but he's look at Mike Hussey. Mike Hussey made his debut in his 30s for
There it
Australia,
is. Yeah,
and became
that's
this,
just a nonsense excuse, in my opinion.
yeah.
No,
And
they shouldn't use that. They should not have used that excuse.
and if and if you're talking about he's not going to be around for 2027, so you're not picking him. And
Mm.
then if its form is a selection criteria, Hetmeyer is lucky.
There you go, because you had not. So that's the
Yeah,
thing. There's no consistency here, which is always the problem with wrestling. Is you can't say you're in because of this or you're out because of that. It's just sort of how this guy feels about you at this point in time.
yeah, it is. And I mean, Dwayne, I mean, he said a few things about Desmond Haynes. He actually said to him he thought he would be different, but he's just like the rest,
Yes,
singing
and-
praise stopper.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was upset,
Yeah,
and I know he has respect for Haynes, but he went right at him.
yeah, he went right at him. Yeah, but some of the things that Haynes said, maybe he should have just kept quiet. And he even made a statement that he owes Rovman Powell a phone call.
I phone,
Rovman
yeah.
Powell, he is your vice captain. Don't you call him before you announce the team?
See, I was shocked. I was saying to myself, "But this is ridiculous." Imagine the man is the vice captain. You drop him, and then you're naming the team and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I owe him a phone call." It's like, what is this? What
Yeah,
level of unprofessionalism is this? This is ridiculous.
yeah, it makes no sense. So, but
Wow.
yeah, things will get better.
Yeah, I don't know about that. As I keep saying, and I think I've said it since whenever 2012, that I've been hearing for the last 10 years, and now it's going to be 20 years, that things are going to get better, that it's going to change. We're going to start winning. We're going to start doing things. It has not happened, Ingle.
It
It
has,
has not happened for 20 years almost.
it hasn't happened, Roger. But I keep hoping. In
I
the
know.
in the interest of time, and we still have track and field to speak about, and also some football. I'm gonna do probably what they do in the NFL, a 2 minute drill. So I'll just go through the news and notes very quickly, and you can
Yeah.
give your response. You got Marlon Samuels given a 6 year ban. Like, is that relevant at this time?
They said they're sending a message, so I would say relevant to them. Samuel's probably just kiss his teeth and walk away.
I know. I think
But
for Marlon, it's not in
yeah,
care.
he doesn't care at all. He retired 3 years ago, so you're banning me for 6 years for a sport I don't even play. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're trying to send a message that if they catch you, you're gonna get something like this. I think that's
And
all they're trying
then
to do.
again, like, also too, he was suspended previously, so they're
Yeah,
probably saying, you're doing it again. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
send that message to him. And plus, there's now a lot of over 40 and over 50 cricket being played around the world. So and a lot and T10, T20 over 40, over 50. So maybe they're thinking that he might get into that, and they're just saying
Maybe.
he
Yeah, they
can't
just
play.
he can't play. I don't even know. He didn't seem as if he has any interest in playing any cricket, from what I could see. He's playing, doing music, and he's making his cologne and all sort of something. He didn't seem interested in the sport much anymore.
No, he didn't. ICC bans transgender players, so
I saw
Daniel
that, and I was
Legrini
like,
cannot play.
Ingle must be smiling, mad. I don't know. Are you smiling or
I
are you mad?
I just have to take it as it.
I
I don't
don't.
have a choice but
Yeah,
follow the rules. We follow the rules, and
yeah,
yeah,
no poker
Daniel
face.
play.
Yeah, yeah, you have it a poker
Yeah,
face, Ingle.
yeah. I just don't have a say. I don't have a thing on that.
I
It's
know,
just
I
follow the
know,
rules. It's
I know.
there. A couple of people are not happy. Some are, but well, we
Yeah,
just
it's
have
always
to
going to be
accept
like
that.
that. You're always going to have both sides of the fence here. They had to make a decision, and they made a decision. So
Yeah, they did.
you go with it, and if with pressure they change it, then they change it. But for now, this is the decision.
It is the decision. Also, ICC to introduce top clock improvement to
I
improve
saw
pace
that.
of play. So if
And
you
they're going to
have,
test it in that Caribbean series with England and the West Indies. So,
yeah,
like, man, what a time to test that.
if you don't bowl, if you take more than a minute to bowl three and one three times, then you'll 5 penalty runs.
I don't agree with that penalty thing, though. I can't agree with this penalty runs
Yeah, it's
thing.
a bit harsh, but that's how they think that will speed
A
up the game.
five run penalty.
Hmm.
Man, I don't understand. Yeah, no, I think that's the wrong penalty. But I mean, I can understand the concept. I don't know. Is 60 seconds too short? I don't know. Is it too long? I don't know. What do you think? Is 60 seconds the right number?
They've already introduced the where if you bowl, you don't bowl your overs within a certain time. You have to have an extra fielder in the
Feel it.
circle. So is
Yeah.
this going to be a double penalty kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah. That penalty I can deal with.
Hmm.
You force them to open up your fielding, but to take away runs, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, and to test it in that series, well, we'll see. West Indies better be on the P's and well, both teams actually have to be on the
Yeah,
P's
the
and
P's
Q's.
and Q's,
Yeah,
yeah, but it's usually West Indies get and then the players start knocking out against it. Oh, look at this, look at that. So
yeah,
let's see what Jason Holder has to say about this.
yeah. And finally, with ICC changed their cricket on the 19 Cricket World Cup to South Africa as the Sri Lanka cricket remains suspended. So
Suspended, yeah, yeah, because of that government interference.
yes,
Oh boy, I tell you, but yeah, South Africa is not a bad place to play. So
no, it's not. And they
yeah,
have that World Cup, and the next 50 over World Cup, I think, is South Africa as
South
well.
Africa as well. Yeah,
Yeah, so a
kudos to
lot of
them.
cricket for them. Yeah,
A lot of cricket, good for them for sure. Maybe by then Bavuma can be a star again, and they leave him alone.
hopefully. Not sure if you have anything else in the cricket. If not, we're gonna get over to some track and field
Yeah.
and see what's happening there. Besides Elaine bubbling at the Trappers party.
I know, I know. I saw Elaine putting on some moves with Asafa there, so
Yeah.
good to see her enjoying herself. I really am happy for her. As I said, she's one of my favorites, so good, really good to see her. But yeah, maybe we could start with her. I think she's gone through a hectic few weeks here. Um, Argued with her coach about money, kicked her out,
Hmm.
found a new coach, and the question is with this new coach is where's she gonna train? Because
Yeah.
the truth is she's not going to be training with Elite Performance, which is Shelley and Fraser's training group. They train up at Jamaica College there in Kingston, and
Hmm.
Elaine, I think, trains at Michael, also in Kingston. And I don't know. I think the coach, and I know the coach, and I've spoken to him before, and I knew when he just started Elite Performance, and this is what he told me. So I'm not even going around this from the horse's mouth. He would get up at like 4 in the morning, do his thing, get to Jamaica College to start training for 5 with Shelly and his group, and then finishes at midday. Then he'd head back to St. Elizabeth Technical to coach the track and field team for St. Elizabeth Technical. Right, so he was doing like a 18-hour day almost every day. So he has the capacity to do it, and he did well with both. So I know he can do it with Elaine. I'm just not sure exactly where. And I mean, if she's in Kingston, he's in Kingston, it may not be so difficult. It's just that I think Elaine is going to have to change or set up a training regime that matches his timing when he's available. Because this is it's a personal coach for her. It's that
Hmm.
she's not in a camp with him or anything like that. It's just this is just her personal coach. So and then because of the relationship with Andy Sports Management, which is Marvin Anderson's agency, they're the Puma rep. So he's the Puma coach. Andy is the Puma rep. So they come to this agreement, but they still have to figure out the logistics of it. And it's good to see that she's dancing because maybe she has nothing to
Yeah.
worry about.
Yeah, she looks relaxed. She looks happy. And
Yeah.
when I said about her going to that group, I thought Shellyan and her, okay, maybe they've mended fences, everything is
Nah,
good. And
I
but
kind of
then
see
I
the
saw that she's going to be training outside
outside of
after,
it. Yeah.
and
I don't think that
yeah.
fence can be mended. In my
No,
opinion, it would be nice to see it mended, but I can just imagine Shelley's face when she heard that she potentially would be coming there. But
yeah.
it's good to
I
see
saw
that.
pictures of Shelly. She was promoting, doing a Nike promotion, right? And I think it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
saw pictures of her and Dina Asher Smith actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, but everybody and Talu's getting married, got married.
yeah. To a Trini guy,
Yeah.
dressed up as an African, but yeah, he's actually a
So,
Trini.
so they all are doing their off-field stuff until they get
Outfield
down to the
stuff.
business.
I know, and I think Sharika Jackson got a doctorate degree or something like that from
Yes.
university. So yeah, she's a lot of things happening off the track as you mentioned. So it's
Mhm.
really time for that. And but yeah, it's going to be an interesting year to see if Elite Performance with Shelley and Fraser Price at the helm goes up against Elaine, who is a single single
Hmm.
person pretty much. There's no camp. I mean, it's easier to train in a camp and do better when you're in a camp, but I mean, Elaine knows what to do. The coach knows what to do. Let's see if he can get her to a world record. Very, very, very
Yeah, I'm
interesting year ahead
still,
for them.
I still my pick right now for the 100 meters in the Paris Olympics.
Is Elaine?
Elaine. Yeah,
Yeah, you think she'll get the 10:49, right?
I think so. She'll be pushed because she's gonna want to win.
She will, and Shakari is there. And as I mentioned, Shakari, she has been named 2023 Jackie Joyner Kersey Female Athlete of the Year in the USA. As Sad expected, she won the
Hmm.
World Championships and everything, although there were many other winners, but she's a very popular athlete and she's USA's Athlete of the Year. While on the men's side, the other one everybody talks about is Noah Lyles. He won the
Yeah,
Jesse Owens Male Athlete of the Year for the second year in a row. So kudos to both Shakari Richardson and Noah Lyles as champions over there, Athletes of the Year in the USFA. Some
yeah.
talk about track and field with Christopher Taylor. So he was a Jamaican high school phenom. We talk about phenom,
Hmm.
I really mean phenom, and World Youth and World Junior phenom. He got banned for 30 months, and in an interview recently, he said he's seriously considering to quit track and field. He says,
Oh
"I don't
wow.
believe I belong in this sport anymore." So I don't know, maybe he just needs someone to talk to.
Yeah.
But 30 months can be a little stretch, but I don't think it's that long based on his age. So he could definitely come back if he wants to. And it's for silly reasons. He just couldn't produce a sample, and he said he thought when they told him it to be shown up
Yes,
as a mistest, he thought that would be it.
yes, I saw that, and but you should know the rules yourself as an
Exactly.
athlete.
I mean, people on the outside knows it, and you're in there and you don't. So,
Yeah, you should know the rules. You shouldn't.
the guy said he never told him that, but I don't know.
But why do you even want? Why do you want to do a mistest?
Hey, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you. And how
that's.
difficult can it be? I mean, you're at the airport, you have 2 hours. Go drink two
Mhm.
bottles of water. Just drink the
Yeah,
water. Just drink the water and go pee. How difficult can that be? And why
exactly.
can't you miss the flight if anything? I mean,
Hmm.
see what has happened now. He
This
had to
is
go
your.
on the flight, and now he gets 30 months.
Yeah, this is your career.
It's a career that is probably going to be done. So
Yeah,
very unfortunate, little silly things that caused this to happen. The other
sure.
one is Ronald Levy, who is a Commonwealth champion and Olympic Games medalist over the 110-meter hurdles. He tested positive and he said he has no clue as to what this is about. And his B sample came back positive, so now he faces a 4-year ban. So he's already 31, so I think this may be his career as well. So let's see how that one works out. And the strange thing, he's trained with Stephen Francis at MVP for so many years, and he just made the move to go train with Rashid Broadbell over there at Elite Performance at Shelley's camp with Coach Walcott. So he made the move, and now he's done. So I mean,
Well,
Broadbell made the move, and Broadbell is number one in the world. So he probably said, "I'm going to go and join him," and now he's gone.
but what I'm hearing to that is that it could have been in just normal food. What he was tested positive for.
Potentially,
It
potentially,
potentially could have been
yeah,
just something
yeah,
that we ate,
yeah.
and
Now he's
but
going to have to prove that.
he's
And
gonna have to prove it. Yeah,
that's always the hard part is to prove that. It's going to be very difficult. But I mean, I
I
met
think.
him in Germany, and he's a nice guy, quiet guy, but a very nice guy. So I'm truly hopeful that he comes through this okay, because
I mean, it,
this will crush you.
it's a long suspension.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's his career there.
yeah.
We also look at the University of Georgia. So Georgia were supposed to be the up and coming NCAA team. They didn't do so well last year, but they've gone and they've picked up a lot of Caribbean athletes. So they've picked up the twin sisters in from Trinidad, Sunny
Hmm.
and Soleil Frederick, and both talented athletes. They're like number two and number three because the number one, the sprint prodigy from the British Virgin Islands, Adeja Hodge, she's also going there.
Oh, okay.
So she's 1, 2, and long jump, and she's running some extremely fast times, as well as Michelle Smith. She's the 400-meter hurdles prodigy out of the U.S. Virgin Islands. She runs 400-meter hurdles and 800, and so these girls have been dominating the Carifta Games, both Hodge and Smith. But Sunny and Sully have been behind them in the hundreds and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see what Georgia is doing over there. But they do have a Caribbean mix in their portfolio now. So looking forward to see how these four young ladies do at the University of Georgia. where they're going to be coached by Coach Carol Smith, former USC coach that had the grass,
The
Aaron
grass, yeah.
Brown, yeah, T.T. Terry, all of them are hers. And she moved to University of Georgia. They built a new track, spent hundreds of millions of dollars. So they're expecting her to do something. And she looks like she's starting off for the Caribbean girls to take her there. So interesting to see how that one goes.
She realized where the talent is.
Yeah, she realized the source. She's
Yep,
right into the source.
yep.
In other news, the mayor of Paris, Annie Hidalgo, said that we will not be ready for public transportation in the capital during the 2024 Olympic Games,
That's
um,
unfortunate.
which is very unfortunate to hear, but at least she's calling it from 6, 7 months before. They have insufficient numbers and frequency of trains in certain areas. So, yeah, transportation and shelter for the homeless, she said, is not going to be ready.
That
Interesting.
seems to be a problem all worldwide. This
It
homeless,
is. It
yeah.
is. It
Because
is.
Toronto, we're going through something like that right now too.
Right now too, yeah.
Yeah,
But this Paris has the Olympics, so they
Paris
want to put
is,
on a show, so it's going to be
yeah.
tough for them. So interesting times. But that was it for tracks. You have anything else about track and field?
No, that's about it. There was actually one athlete I was trying to remember her name from St. Lucia who said she was going to follow in Alfred's footstep, and
Ah, yes, I forget her name, but yes,
yeah,
yes, I know.
she's
I know exactly.
joining, yeah, LSU. So
Yeah, she's got the scholarship, and she's going to be the next Julian Alfred.
yeah, she said Julian Alfred inspired her to make that decision. So
Yeah.
keep an eye on our Caribbean athletes. They always seem to do well at college. So
They
just
do, they do. And they transition fairly well into the world class as well. So looking
yes,
forward to see how well she does. That's for
yeah,
sure.
we're looking forward to that. No, I think that's it for track and field and
Football.
football and the early morning game.
Yeah, the early morning game, 1-1.
Yep.
Manchester City versus Liverpool. And Manchester City went up through their goal scoring hero, Haaland, but Liverpool came back and tied
Hmm.
that game. So tough match to start off the morning, but I don't mind them not getting the full points because Manchester
Man.
United faces, as the coach calls them, a mad Everton now because they lost those 10 penalty points. They face them tomorrow. We
Hmm.
have Tottenham taking on Aston Villa, which should be a fascinating game as well. And Chelsea taking on Newcastle. So some fascinating games this weekend in the English Premier League. So looking forward
Yeah.
to see if Everton can do anything because they're upset, or Man U will find a way to win again, and seeing if Chelsea can finally get on a roll against Newcastle.
It's 1-1 right now. Isaac scored in the 13th and Sterling equalized in the 23rd minute. So
Yeah.
it's 1-1. Nottingham Forest actually down 1-2, 2-1 to Brighton. And Bournemouth 2-0 over Sheffield. The other games, Burnley, West Ham 0-0, Luton and Crystal Palace 0-0.
Hmm.
And Manchester City, as you said, they just have the 1 point lead. They remain 1 point
Yeah.
ahead
Yeah. For now. For now.
for now.
For
Yes.
now. But on Tuesday evening, I went downtown to the BMO field.
You brave that weather,
I
Roger.
braved that weather. I braved that weather, and it was well worth it, Ingle. Well worth
Yeah,
it. It
it
was
was.
cold, it
Yeah,
was
it
raining,
was.
but it was a
Yeah.
fascinating game as we watched Jamaica versus Canada in the Nation League. And Canada won Saturday morning in Jamaica 2-1, the first time they've been in Jamaica in 35 years. And they came in fairly confident to the BMO field, and they started off very confident. And boom, before you know it, they
Mhm.
were 1-0 up. So
Mhm.
halftime, they went in 1-0. And second half, Coach Ham Grunson made a big change for Jamaica. He took off Lati Badir and put Damian Lowe as the holding midfielder, and that changed the game. Lowe was so aggressive in the middle. He started to shut down the Canadians, and it opened up for the front line. And Shamar Nicholson had two magnificent goals, two really, really good goals to bring Jamaica up from 1-0 down to 3-1 up,
To
to,
3-1 up. Yeah.
to 2-1 up. So, it was interesting to see what would happen next because if it stayed like that, they would have had to go to penalties. But
Mhm.
before you know it, Canada scored again, and it was Kone with a beautiful header that put them 2-2. So they felt they had it again in based on aggregate numbers. But Jamaica got a penalty, and Bobby Reed
Yep.
stepped up and calmly put it away. So fascinating to see Jamaica coming all the way to Canada in the cold to defeat Canada at BMO Field 3-2. It was a
It was
really good game to watch live, Ingle. Really good game to
it
watch.
was shocking to me because I thought all the conditions was favored Toronto, raining, wet,
Everything
cold,
favored Canada. Everything.
everything favored Canada.
They
So
had the
yeah,
crowd as
and
well. They
the
had the bigger
crowd,
crowd as
yeah,
well. Yeah. So
and then Jamaica without their main striker,
yeah. Mikel
so
Antonio wasn't there,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
still found a way to win.
they found a way to win,
It's
and
a
now
different team now.
now
Different team.
Trinidad and Canada has to do I guess a one-off playoff now
Playoff
match.
game, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
so
Canada's probably going to beat them. And Trinidad is good, and
mhm,
they've played well for the team that they have. So looking forward to see how well they'll do. But it's going to be difficult to beat Canada, especially Canada is so pissed off right now. But they do make a lot of money when they get called to the Copa America and the
mhm,
Nation League. So a lot of money is going to come in for the Jamaica Federation in this. So they're smiling from ear to ear right now. So let's see, big playoff game for those two coming up next year.
coming up for next year, February. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
And
what's
some
happening to Jamaica women?
Yeah, it's a quick one here with the women now because I'm not sure what is going on. I mean, they've been battling with the JFF forever. The JFF have mistreated the Jamaica women's senior team for a while now, and they've chosen not to play the last time, but they chose not to play again. So they have a Gold Cup qualifying competition this week, two games that they have to play, and it's going to be their B team again.
Hmm.
Half of these players is the first time seeing their names, so hopefully Jamaica can find a way to win and get to the Gold Cup, but it's looking very bleak for them right now. And I think whatever's happening between the JFF and the Jamaica senior women's team just needs to be fixed because it can't continue for this much longer.
No, it
It's
can't.
destroying the game actually, destroying the
It,
game. So
it is, and they just need to get it right and make sure things are fixed as you said, because
yeah,
it's not good. I
I
hate
know
to
they
see
fired
it.
the coach, and I think firing their coach is one of the things that is still why they're pissed off about, without any reason at all. They fought to get this coach in, and now they fired him for no reason at all. So they fired him for supporting them, basically, because
Correct.
he was supporting them when the incident that happened with the JFF official that they didn't like, and they fired him for. But he wasn't doing anything other than supporting the girls. So it's gonna be, I don't know. They have to put things behind them and move on at some point.
Yeah, they do, and things just have to get better for that too. Just to
Yeah.
decide that the JFF made their decision, so just move
Yeah,
on and
just
play.
let's move on. And I mean, they're
Yeah,
leaving a lot of money on the table here too. As I said, the Gold Cup pays a lot of
Gold
money
Cup.
if you
Yeah,
get there. So they're losing money if you ask me by not showing up.
for sure. We just got about 2 minutes to go, Roger. Anything else before we wrap up the show for the day?
Just well, maybe we could give that update that we talked about in the tennis because
Yes, the tennis update. As Djokovic came back and won the second,
yep, but
and
it's a battle in the
in a
final
battle in the
third.
final.
they're
Yeah,
they're 2-2 right now.
2-2. Yeah,
Uh, but let's see. Djokovic is on
yeah.
serve, so he's going to go up 3-2 maybe. And let's see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who holds on to win this one.
I'm betting on Djokovic.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. You 2-2, 30, 15, 7. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
unserved, but we'll see
yeah,
who wins. So we've come to an end of another England Rogers Sports Hour. Time just flies, Roger.
it
So,
does. It does.
as I said, time flies when you're having fun. So
Fun.
to everyone out there, just enjoy the rest of your weekend. Whatever you do, be safe and be good.
Yes, please. And see you next week. Take care.